Rhode Island's new lead registry is raising concerns now among many landlords.
If there is no lead certificate for the building, owners have limits on whether they can evict a tenant. NBC 10 I-Team reporter Tamara Sakarsik takes a closer look at the issue.
A new state law requires housing providers to register their rental properties online. If the home was built before 1978, they must also have a lead conformance certificate. For some landlords, getting that certificate has been easier said than done.
In the Providence, East Providence, and Pawtucket area, I've got a total of 8 buildings.
Robert Days is scrambling to meet state regulations for his rental properties as he struggles to schedule lead inspections.
I was seeking to get some of my units taken care of, and the wait is anywhere from 8 to 10 months.
That backlog began in August after the Rhode Island Department of Health set an October 1st deadline for landlords to register rental properties with the state. Financial penalties are paused for now, but other repercussions remain.
One of the penalties that did take effect immediately, which is October 1st, is if a landlord has not registered their property with the Department of Health, then they cannot evict a tenant for non-payment of rent.
Monica Staff works for the Rhode Island Association of Realtors, which is raising the alarm on the impact.
Is that fair to tie this to evictions?
No, I think it's completely disproportionate.
The Rhode Island Attorney General's office tells me that specific provision was put in place as an enforcement mechanism, arguing that if tenants need to comply with rent, landlords need to comply with providing lead-safe housing. But when the October deadline hit, the state had less than 40 lead inspectors for thousands of properties.
We started getting between 200 and 300 phone calls per day.
Sharon Barr of Lead Safe Inspections and Consulting, Inc. tells me business began picking up in August and has barely slowed since.
I start my day at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lucky to finish by 6.
Barr tells me these lead regulations aren't new. In fact, a similar law has been in place for nearly 2 decades. But compliance was left up to cities and towns, which often fail to enforce it.
The law requiring lead certificates has been on the books since 2005, so why haven't landlords complied?
A big part of the issue is that until January of this year, 2024, all the landlords who owned owner-occupied 2- and 3-family properties were exempt from this law.
Now, no rental properties are exempt, and for good reason.
This is still hurting children.
It's still hurting children, yes. There's still over 1,000 people, children especially, but 1,000 people being poisoned every year. And people might think that's not a lot, but if it's not a lot if it's not your child.
Staff says while protecting kids is critical, barring evictions will only hurt small landlords, impacting the entire housing system.
I mean, everyone wants to protect children. It's just the devil's in the details, is that expression we always hear. We need some more details. We need to have this reformed, and we need to have better communication with landlords.
The state has made strides in getting more lead inspectors. There are now 69 in Rhode Island, an 81% increase from September. The question is whether that's enough. I'll be following up on this very soon. For the NBC 10 I-Team, I'm Tamara Sakarsik.